The town already uses,
All right, we'll get started in just a second.
hay rides, winery talks, I mean, we just want to, and also we want to be beginner friendly. That's the main thing. That land is so nice, and also it's going to attach it to our greenway work down here. What's the status on that? One minute I talked to somebody, yeah, man, I think she starts something. I'm like, where? Who's? I haven't seen that.
I'm trying to remember, I wish I went where.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I see. I wish the town greenways, as part of the regulations. I'd like to get up on it, but someone asked me a question. I'd like to at least say, hey, yeah, we got a $100,000 grant. We're going to start in 6 months, and we're going to go down to the pizza house. Okay. Right.
Since it's part of the recreation stuff.
Okay. And I've heard people, Lake Paul recently knew more than I did. Yeah. Okay.
Who else?
No, this is it. Willie, I haven't heard from. Kelly's in Colorado, and we got 2 of them on the phone.
This is it?
Yep.
Okay.
We got Jeff and Barbara on the phone.
Jeff and Barbara, welcome.
And we'll just turn our mics on.
Hi.
What do I hit? That green light?
Should have green.
Jeff and Barbara, welcome.
Thank you for that, Warren.
Okay, if it's all right with everybody, it's a little past the hour of 8:30. We'll go ahead and call to order our Recreation Advisory Committee meeting for March 7th. And we've got the agenda. Is it any different than the one I printed off? No. Everything's cool? Okay. I'd like to welcome all of our audience here today. Thank you for council members showing an interest in, along with our town manager being here. And we appreciate you all being here, listening to us, and helping us figure out whatever we take on today. Okay, can I hear, or has everybody had a chance to read the minutes, and are there any corrections or additions to the minutes as presented? Are you the one that does them? Who does them?
What's that?
The minutes.
Oh, no, I don't.
Well, I want to congratulate you. They're extra good.
Oh, thanks.
And one of the good things up on the top thing, you have everybody that was at the meeting, and I appreciate that because I went back and looked several times to kind of check on a couple of things, and I could do that. So anyhow, do I hear a motion that we accept the minutes as presented?
A motion.
So moved, Jeff.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Jeff, you say aye? Okay. If they aren't here.
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. Well then, that's a problem because we don't have a quorum
No,
here.
they count for the quorum, but not for voting.
I know, well, I'm saying we have a problem here on approving the minutes because there are only 3 of us. They have to be 4 here.
No, that's what I'm saying. Him being on the phone qualifies as a quorum, but they can't vote. You can vote because he makes you quorum.
Okay, but I was asking them to vote to approve the minutes.
That's fine.
You're legal.
Okay, whatever. I just want to make sure. Okay, thank you. It's been approved. Okay, our next item is the monthly Recreation Center report for March. And if you'll turn to that, please. Sean, do you have any outstanding things you'd like to report?
Nothing new on the report. A couple things maybe just to kind of highlight. If you look in the graph of the membership revenue, we are just slightly above.
Talk about down at the bottom of the page, everybody.
Yes. So memberships, we had a couple of, I think 3 or 4, no, I'm sorry. We had 8 new memberships in the month of March. And then also revenue kind of went up a little bit. We're starting to already get summer camp kids signed up and registered for camp. So all that's trending.
Okay, just member visits improved considerably over last year from 208 to 342. and,
So
that looks
It
good.
is slowly trending up. Under director's notes, just one thing I am glad to say, the LED lights are finally done. So now every light in the center is LED except the gym and the tennis courts. Those are not LED. The landing zone approach, that construction began this week, and if you haven't been down there, they were making a lot of headway. They're really close to being done, I think. The automatic door on the weight room, we've been having some issues ever since the Skyline phone system changed it.
You're talking about the door that comes in from the outside.
Yes, it was on a very quick response, so people kept getting locked out when they would buzz you. That's fixed, and so that's mostly it from the notes.
Okay, does anybody have any question about the recreation report, including all the things that Sean has mentioned, from the lights to new memberships to the landing zone to the weight room door? Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Okay, the next item is Shane Outpost Park fundraiser potential dates.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
Spoke with Tim this past week, and we were talking about the fundraiser that we did last July. So we're looking at, I believe it was July 10th or was it the 31st? Okay. So
What now?
July 10th or July 31st for the next fundraiser dinner for the Shane Park.
Okay, that's a good time to have it in July, because that's when most of our folks. Okay, what are your ideas of who you're going to invite and how you're going to do it? And we've already invited a bunch of people, and a lot of them didn't give. Are we counting them out, or we going to try them again?
Hey, Willie, I'm just going to put my phone
Basically,
down.
right now, we're planning on trying to keep the same group invites again. As far as our shortest to go right now, we're about $100,000 short unless we get another grant, put that in the mix, and then we're only about $50,000 away from what we need to match part. So we're hoping with one big push this additional year, that will close the gap.
I'll say, so our goal for our fundraising part of it is $100,000.
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't mind, Tim, I'll kind of go over that breakdown of this. So, sorry. This past week when I met with Judy Francis, we were talking about our budget, and
Okay,
you know,
Judy
she-
Francis is a
she's-
party person.
Yes, she's our
Right.
Recreational Resource Service
Right.
representative. She's for our region. So we're kind of going over the budget, and she was looking at our site plan. So she's been giving me a lot of stuff that we need to work on with our application. When we were talking about the site plan, she was noticing the Buckeye Lake Loop that came through the trail, through that part of
park.
the district. She said, well, that's not in your budget. What's going on there? I said, well, it's being paid for by a grant. She said, do you have it? Yes, we do. Why is that not part of your budget? I said, well, because it's something separate. That has changed now. The state has been so slow to get our contract to us. It's kind of a bad thing that they've been slow, but it's going to, I think, pay off to be a good thing in the long run. So now, if we're awarded the Partif grant, we can include the RTP grant as part of our match. So roughly $50,000. It was $49,368 because that's what the trail portion would be. So we can actually use that as part of our be part of our match. So our total local match right now is looking at $456,129, and that was including that. So then we were asking the Partif grant $395,000. So it is a little less. However, that looks better because we've got money to actually put into it, so it makes our match a little higher. So right now, without that money for the grant, so we've raised to date $99,082.52. The TDA has given us $50,000, and then the town's installment of the $200,000. So that's where we're coming up with needing right at 107 left to go. I think we can.
Okay, when you say the TDA is giving us 50,000,
Yes.
does that mean transfer to us? Or I'm still sitting in
I will
their
have to
pocket?
check about being transferred, but that has been awarded.
Yeah.
They agreed upon it in their last meeting, so that is something we can consider in hand.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good. Okay, so the Partif, what we are asking for is 300 and what?
395,000.
Okay. And before, we were asking for 400 and what?
Yes, before, I think last year it was about,
4 or something?
it was about 429.
Okay,
people.
yeah.
It was an even
Okay.
50-50. Judy's big recommendation was get under 400,000.
Okay.
That is very hard to
5,000 under
do.
4, yeah.
They did it last year with 104 Greenway, but that was a little bit different of a project than what we had. Some of the changes that has gone on with the park boundaries, Jess has done a survey, and so now the Shane Park, so in our description, it's going to be wordy, but it says, Shane Outpost Park, formerly known as Shane Outdoor Park, which is part of Buckeye Recreation Lake area. So when Jess redid the survey, last year one of the things that we did not get included on was our site control, because the amphitheater is technically on beach property, whereas Shane Park, there was just a confusion there. So Jess has done a survey to where it actually circles the entire property, including the Buckeye.
Everything
Rec Center.
that'll be included within the
at that
Shane
area.
project.
Yep. So now it's a park that's on Buckeye Lake. It's not a sole park itself. So
Okay, Barbara and Jeff, you understand everything
Price
he's saying?
Park, Price Park and
Yes,
Brown and the Trail,
Okay.
Boone Fork, okay.
So those are.
yes, I do.
I
Thank
think those
you.
are the major changes that have gone on. And all those were, again, by her recommendation. You know, what we didn't score on last year, so we've been changing a lot of things. And a few things in the site plan that we changed, but nothing major. Just some wording, really. I think there was confusion on when we had a natural play area and kind of what it's morphed into now. So we've changed that into the low ropes adventure course rather than natural play, because she's like, we're not going to give you $50,000 for logs and rocks.
Yeah,
But a low ropes adventure course, okay.
so that's a better advertising.
Yeah.
Should we do like a banner out here, something just announcing, I don't know, I'm just throwing that to you guys. I was just thinking, these banners out here, I get more comments on them, that's a good location.
Thinking for,
You know, just, it catches you, I'm just saying, hey, you know, new park in the work, I mean, I don't know,
Okay.
I'm just kind of,
you think kind of like so
mean-
down at the site, we have a kind of that coming soon board where you think maybe,
I was thinking
Coming
up here,
soon,
you know, that might
Yeah, we
spur
could
some
change out
interest, you
even-
never know, somebody might be up here this summer and go,
We
man,
could
I'm
change
gonna-"
out the Buckeye banner for a
You know,
little while and put that up there or something.
do like a fundraising or two, like if you want to
I
get.
don't know,
you
I'm just kind of,
Well, put your heads together and figure it out.
You never know when that one person's coming up the
Exactly.
mountain who has money that wants to get
That's
it.
true.
I go back to,
You never
That's a
know
good
when the day's
point.
coming up the mountain.
Yeah,
you know, I go back to the
that has
The
money.
ropes course we did years ago with Cool 5 money, and the guy walks in and, you know, tells Fred, I like what you're doing, you know, I like the idea, you know, my kids go down there, and all and writes them a check, you know, out of the blue. It's
Yeah,
just, they just like what was going on and want to support it, and like Renee said, you might have that one person that comes up here and just can go to the link and look at all the work that you've done, and the people that have given, and just really go, this is a good, you know, process of raising funds and moving forward to a great facility.
Okay.
I don't know. I was
Let's think about it,
just thinking,
a banner,
Okay.
okay?
you can move it wherever.
But we
you
gotta be careful not to put too many words on it. Can't have 7, remember that? No, that's what they say is the
Yeah, it's
the
probably
magic
true.
number.
Yeah.
You'll have to have more than 7. But anyhow, if, Sean, let's talk about it then, and anybody else that, you know.
Just advertising, you know, just shame.
Okay, you know, when we do banners in the future, that material that they've used, that Kate has gotten for the biking and the snowboarding, those things have held up through thick and thin. And it's something about the material, the wind can go through it, it's porous enough, so let's check that out, okay? I mean, you can do anything you think is best, but I've been impressed with what that is. Okay, a question. Do we have the little video deal about Shane Park raising money and talking about it on Channel 2? I mean, I don't get Channel 2. Do we have,
I think it's on Beach TV, but I'd have to check, I'm not sure.
that might be something that would be a good deal as summer starts coming, that people could see that, because I think, you know, that's a good piece, since it has both of you guys in it talking good. And,
Kathy.
But check that, and who actually oversees that now?
Is it Kathy Cliffa?
The Channel 2 deal?
I think it's Kathy.
I think it's Kate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't know whether
Kathy
you can
sent
put
it up.
videos on there, I think you can, so.
Okay.
But, okay, the 2 dates in July are on Wednesdays. So everybody keep that in mind. And, are you thinking about doing just like we did out at the barn again?
I believe so. We were talking about getting with the fundraiser committee again and kind of seeing what we want to do.
Well,
again
I wonder
this year.
when the fundraising committee will meet again, because those folks aren't here right now. And,
Right.
Probably sometime in April or May, end of April.
you think we'll have enough of them around to?
I think we will, but we
Quite a
can
bit of
conference
them
call
here.
with them too, like.
Right. No, that's true. Well, I think it's real important to bring them into it and let them know what we're planning and then get their ideas. But are we gonna talk to Carol out there to see if we can borrow the place again?
That would be wonderful. Yes.
Okay. I mean, are we far enough along that I could talk to her and tell her about these 2 dates?
I think I need to get a confirmation from Dr. Shane, because he needs to be here for whichever day.
Right, absolutely.
So as soon as we get a confirmation from him, then we can ask.
Okay. I just see her from time to time and
I should be able to let you know in a day or two.
no, that's fine. There's no rush. I mean, I don't think they have any Wednesday weddings planned, but they've already got 60 on the books. The first one's this weekend. So, anyhow, and just to continue to talk about how that helps our economy, they've already called me and want so many bags of ice that I've been working on all week. So, anyhow, this is an early start for them, but it sounds good to us. Okay, as far as the fundraising, there were several people that gave us, and then they talked about pledging and the years to come, 2 different years, and I don't know, there were 3 or 4 of those people, weren't they?
We had several.
Thinking about, yeah. Okay, how do we go about keeping track of them?
Derek's got an Excel spreadsheet, and probably sometime, I don't know if we'll do it, it's 2019 now, but it's time to solicit that second year.
Okay, well, I was just thinking in a nice letter that we could write, we'd update them on what the project is and say we appreciate your pledge for whatever. You can write good letters and everything, but I just think it's really important to keep reminding them in a letter because I know 1 or 2 of them that I know maybe will forget just because they do other things, but it's good to keep that out. So y'all got that covered. It sounds good. Okay, is there anything else on the Shane Park?
Well, I wanted to ask on this guest list, do we invite all of the businesses up here? Because I don't really remember seeing very many, what I would call locals.
Yeah.
No, they
We
weren't.
had last time. I mean, I think every business should be invited, I think more locals should be invited that live up here year round. And my other issue is, I was at the table where they signed in, and we had a couple of people who showed up with like 5 friends. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it didn't really matter, but if they didn't give.
They're probably the ones that didn't give us anything
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, how do you control that?
Yeah, I don't know how to
Pressures.
control that,
Well, how do you control that?
or maybe you have to.
Somebody comes to a fire department dinner and they bring Aunt Susie and Uncle Bob and all the rest of them we didn't know about. I don't know how.
Well, they didn't have to RSVP the number, I think they RSVP.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, if they show up with 5 people,
There were a few people who had their, I mean,
Girlfriends with them.
I know one person particularly, but
Me too.
had different people that weren't on their list.
we're not on the list.
I
But
don't
I mean,
know,
I guess
that's,
it doesn't really matter. in
that's
a
just the
way.
world we live in.
You just have to tell them they have to give 5 times as much.
That's right. Multiply their gift by however many the number of guests they brought
Yeah, they
along.
get good. Times 100.
Okay, Gloria, part of the deal, the guest list came about as a result of the Shanes telling us, and I don't know, was it almost entirely there?
It was almost entirely there, some of the suggestions, it was a closed event, it was not like a general fundraising event. And we mailed out letters and different things to try to get pledges. The town's also sent, mailings to all our vendors, and we're using both departments to help with this. Rachel down at Public Works is working on a list of trying to call those vendors we sent letters to, and we've had 2 of our vendors each now give total $4,500 Skybass gave 2,500, and West Consultants, who does our public works and water, they gave 2,000.
We need to get US Foods and every purveyor up here to donate a lot of money. While we're talking about this, you know, there was,
Frank, can I say?
yeah, go ahead.
If you give us, we send them to people who are our vendors who town bought from. If you have vendors that you have.
Oh, okay.
If you'll send those to us, then we'll have their contact, but we send them to people that the town buys things from.
Right.
Also, 4 Eggers who's not sent a check yet, but we sent something for too. So I'm looking for a donation.
Well, speaking about Eggers, we ought to think about Mike Eggers and all that he gets, all that he does up here.
Now, he did give a letter, he ain't giving it.
And Moret's Paving Company.
What about
And-
Mountain Electric?
Okay, well, let me tell you about Mountain Electric. You got anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. After our last meeting, I called Joe Thacker, who's the head of the Mountain Electric co-op, and I talked to him a little bit. He's somebody I've known for a long, long time, and I told him about Shane Park, and I said, you know, is there any way that we could get any money from the TDA? Not the TDA, the TVA.
Yeah.
And so he just got back to me a week ago, and I passed it on to Sean that the TVA has a cycle in their budget of every 3 years, and that he said, you know, we might stand a good chance of getting involved. They have a trail program. I forget, wasn't that the main gist of it?
Yes, is it with Jordan? What's the guy's name?
I forget.
I've got it right there on the desk. But yes, it was more trail side of things, so, and since we have the trail going through
Yeah.
the park.
But the TVA does have money set aside for recreation grants, he said, but the budget process, but Sean's got to call him and talk to this man a little bit who's at the TVA and find out how we could get that. But Joe Thacker also said, don't forget the, what's it called, Roundup or something, where
Pocket
you,
check.
pocket, yeah.
Pocket check.
And he said, you know, we could, he'd be glad for us to apply for that. That's actually, you know, the grants for those things are given by the local people here. And Joe Perry used to be in charge, and now it's somebody else we know. Who is it? Probably. He used to work for Carolina Caribbean in the budgeting, and anyhow, you know, that's something.
Isn't it Lacey? Isn't it Lacey?
No, it's
No?
some guy from Banner Elk. But anyhow, we'll work on that. And Sean, when you think the right time for that,
Yeah,
You
I've
know.
got the application on my desk. Really, as I was telling you, that's one, every single month, they issue money somewhere
Yeah.
else, and so it's.
and I kind of get the idea, you know, I told him about this, I told Joe Thacker about our park and all that we were doing, and how we were applying for grants, and I don't know what the most they ever do. I know the fire department got $5,000 for the park down there, or the town did. You know, that's been 5 or 6 years ago, hasn't it? Were you here when we put the fire truck in down
I
there?
wasn't, no,
Okay, how long have you been here?
5 years.
Okay, so it's been at least 6 since we, and I don't know of anything else that we've asked them
That's the
for
only thing I know of.
since then, but,
So we're due.
you know, I don't know if $10,000 is out of, but we know they get they get a lot of money from Beach Mountain.
And I can ask, when I call that guy, kind of what's
Yeah,
appropriate to ask
yeah.
for.
Well, now the TVA is different from the
Oh, okay, that's what
pocket.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll look at that, but anyhow, those are two possibilities and then, okay, I was getting ready to tell you, Gloria, that there was brief mention, and we never went into it a lot, but y'all remember we talked about possibility of a fundraiser open to everybody, not as extensive and whatever as we did out there at the barn, but something during the peak period when a lot of property owners are here, that we could do something maybe down at the rec center or whatever. And I don't know whether that's still a possibility or whether y'all think that's necessary or interested, but you know, a lot of people still don't know about it. And of course, I know you gotta hit people in the head, you gotta throw something, you gotta put something in their hand. And I don't know, what do y'all think about doing another, something sometime during the summer to be a lower key deal? I mean, we could have a meeting down there and maybe, you always gotta feed them or something rather to make them come. But we could have hot dogs instead of caviar, and for the masses, if we, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out.
Well, we've got.
What if we had,
You've got open house down there on June 1st. Could you combine something with open house in the general
Well,
fund?
it's,
Yes.
Barbara, what were you gonna say?
what if we had something right down at Outdoor Park down there?
Like
And have like a ribbon cutting of something?
Well, no,
By the fire pit.
we could do it, Renee says down by the fire pit in that area and
Right,
so forth.
exactly, and then take a little hike over to it or whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, well, let's,
This is Willie.
Can you-
I like the idea of having something down in shade, or so that people will actually see it. You know, whatever that looks like. 3 hot dogs usually gets people coming.
we won't have started any construction on anything by then, will we?
I'm not exactly sure. We were hoping the water feature was going to get
feature.
started soon. And I know Tim reached out to Sean from Destination by Design about those engineering specs, because we are wanting to break ground with that soon. Get things done now that the weather's turning for us. And then also our goal is to possibly have a couple campsites by fall also.
Okay, well, this is April. At our next meeting, will that give you enough time for all of us to kind of think about it and come together and put it on the agenda? And between now and then, everybody be thinking about what we can do.
Additional fundraiser.
Jeff and Barbara and Willie, can you be thinking about
Okay.
that for our next meeting that this would be basically a fundraiser that everybody would be invited to. And, we don't care if they bring a couple extra kids at this one
Yeah.
or whatever, just kind of to get people interested.
Yeah, we can have our canoes out there. They can take us for a stroll. And
Right,
try
right.
some things out.
Okay. Well, when you come to the next meeting, we'll have everything thought out, and all your ideas will be important, and then we'll have the month of May and early June to get that all figured out. When, thinking in terms of, while we're at it, when do we think that a good date for that would be?
For which?
To do the one for everybody?
Oh.
Do you think
I would say
we
maybe-
need to do it after the big one out at the barn?
Possibly. I would say,
Okay,
so
just-
if we went with July 10th, I would say that mid-July time would be a good.
okay.
Because there a lot
After
of
the
people
4th
here.
and all, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too. Okay, anyhow, y'all think about good dates to have it too, and, Tim's gonna let us know exactly whether it's gonna be the 10th or the 31st, and we'll go from there to think about that. Okay, anybody else have anything else regarding Shane Park? Okay, item number 4, Buckeye year-round facility hours.
Yes, so this is an item I brought up to Tim. Memorial Day coming up, we're looking, going back into our summer hours, so to keep us until 8 o'clock at night. And I'd asked him about moving into just a year-round set hours. And we're looking at, so right now we're open 8:30 to 6:30, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, Sundays, 9 to 5 and 11 to 5. Ever since I've been here, we fluctuate hours, just season to season, and it just gets sometimes, other
Hard
people
for
more
you.
confused than us, so
Yeah.
we're looking at possibly just doing the year-round, either 8:30 to 7, and that's our hours, and we're not fluctuating whether it's by season, because, and then that would, so instead of
8:30 to 7?
8:30 to 7. Right now, we do the end of May to, and this year we're actually going to change it at Labor Day instead of November. That's usually when we switch, but this time we just go into a set hours. It's there, and we can actually put it on the door rather than little pieces of paper
Right.
that change every couple of months.
Well,
And people
thinking
get
about it
kinda
a little
confused.
bit, who all and how many people come after 5 o'clock in the evening? Mostly people that are working out and mostly
Yes.
exercise people and whatever.
The working
Yes.
folks.
Don't
Yeah.
the pickleball people come in the?
Pickleball,
They
yeah.
come in the evening, and they finish at 6:30. Sometimes we have to shoot them out about 6:45. So that's why we were kind of like 7 would be a good time.
Will you all still keep the pickleball? I mean, would that, if we closed at 7, would that be
Yeah, that's fine.
within the realm of y'all's?
Because
That's
it's
up to you,
7
whatever
to
you
8 or
think, you
4.
manage it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, looking at, I guess, that primary of when people are really signing in, even in the summertime when we're open later, you can ask that staff, how many people came after 5? And they're like, I think half.
Not me, yeah.
It really drops unless they're going to the weight room, which they can still get in. So
That's no problem, is it?
no, it's not a problem. I mean, I've never.
He
had
knows his
anybody-
hours better than we do.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I
That's why I was
think it's
asking.
a great idea.
So
Yeah,
that was it. It wasn't
absolutely.
trying to.
Okay, you're saying you're gonna put a sign on your door
It was, yeah,
when this is approved and say we're open
8:30
every day.
Monday, Friday,
Yeah.
and Saturday, Sunday. Because we are open now 7 days a week year round.
Right,
So that changed, and then, but then those hours would be.
except the holiday, Christmas and,
Yeah, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
okay, and let me just tell you, my hours are the same, 7:30 to 10 year round, 7 days a week. And there's never, ever any question.
It's easy.
I have to,
Staff.
it's easy for me to remember,
Yeah.
most of all. But, you know, in planning for your staff and your schedules and everything,
Events.
it helps us to be able to do that, having something set like you're trying to do, and I think it's a great idea.
And it actually really does help in the summer, because our camp counselors are typically the ones that kind of cover us in the week. They quickly get up to the hours to where we got to cut them down. And so then Marissa loses camp counselors because, hey, they can't work more than 30 hours because they rack up those hours. So, I mean, there's other reasons, but
A lot of
that's-
things to think about.
the just consistency is the big
Right.
one, and of when we needed it.
What was
Okay.
the opening I have a question. What was the opening hour on Sunday? Because there used to always be a lot of people trying to get in before 12. Are we going to open at 11?
We do open
Yes,
at 11.
we're open 11 to 5.
Okay. I don't even know if, okay, 5 is okay.
11 to 5 on Sunday. And Saturday,
Okay.
9 to 5.
9 to 5, Saturday.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Anybody in the audience have any wisdom to put upon this? Y'all think it's all right?
I think if people don't use it in the evenings after, 7 o'clock, then why keep somebody there?
And Sean's the one that knows, doesn't he?
Do we have an active head count after?
After 5 or after 6 or
We
something?
actually know what.
I'm not in front of it, but I
Knock on
can-
the door when they use the bathroom or something.
I could get you what our checking count is after that
If doors
time.
closed, we wouldn't have a count.
No, but, I mean,
Well, they wouldn't check in to go to the bathroom.
right, I mean, we don't check
They just
that.
probably walk in.
He's
and go
just
to the
asking
bathroom.
for a general idea about how many people
Um,
we're talking about.
right.
That would
and
have,
Of course, that
and-
was kind of hard.
I think we can
But,
just about take their word for it that
yeah,
they
the
don't
best
have.
is looking at the summertime, of asking people, who came in the summer, and when most of the staff said, I haven't seen anybody since 5 o'clock. That's the big outlier right there.
People don't play tennis after 5 o'clock in the summer.
Not typically. I mean, well, people aren't playing tennis nowadays anyway. It's all pickleball, but that is just dropping off to where it's, oh, I had so and so come in and they went to the weight room, and that's where in the summer I could actually pull those numbers of how many check-ins did we have after 6 o'clock, and it's 99% of our members going to the weight room, so they can either use that door or the back door.
Use it back.
Okay. Anything else on the hours? So you're gonna go with that then. Everybody know what the hours are? Okay. Anything else, Sean, on that?
That was all I had.
Okay, let's talk about the volunteer projects that we have coming up. There are 2 different ones that are on the books, and we need to let you tell us about both of them.
Yes.
Lee's McRae,
Yes, so I'm really excited. This will be our second time now with Mountain Day of Service.
what's the date of it?
It's next Wednesday. It'll be April 10th.
That's good and early.
Yep. But I mean, I've been talking with Hannah Finkelstein for several months now, so we've been on their books and everything's scheduled. we've already got the project ready for them. Sean and Kelsey and Jared are working on it today, just kind of prepping the site.
Is Kelsey back?
Kelsey's back. She started Monday. It kind of happened so fast we didn't even know it, but
Okay.
we're going to kind of have a little welcome back staff gathering tomorrow for her. She doesn't know it yet, so we'll cook
Sounds
food and
good.
have some ice cream and say, hey, thanks for coming back. I think Marissa saw her yesterday and go, oh hey, you're here. So
Surprise, huh?
yeah, I mean when she came back in Monday, I said, hey, give it Sean a go because it was. That's how it's been, but so it's great to have Lisa McRae coming back. We are.
What are you gonna have work on?
So it'll be a section of Grassy Gap Trail that's below. It's the section of woods in between Raccoon Road and Sassafras. There's a major spring and creek that is just eroding the trail horribly. Even Sean with the skid steer got stuck the other day trying to get in and out of it. So everything just worked out perfect in timing. With Eggers down there working as they are, they're actually going to truck us up a load of dirt. So and also with the mud run, they've been dumping dirt on wild iris for us to use. So that's been,
Saw that dirt.
it's been great.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And
Where are they
I said,
getting
well,
that dirt from?
It
I
looks
just-
good.
From the rec center.
From
looks
digging
good.
down at the rec
Yeah.
center.
So instead of them having to drive all the way off the mountain, we said that if you guys want, just drive a minute up the road.
Good,
They
good.
said, okay. So then with that, we're also getting some dirt for Grassy Gap as well. So that's going on today. Once these guys come in, so there's a little reroute section at the very top of Grassy Gap that's an easy one to do, and they've already started on that. But then with this section, then that whole trail will actually be completely redone. We're also replacing the arbor that's at the trailhead. So our arbor that's at Grassy Gap, the Falls Trail, and Bart Park are going to match the one that's at the Emerald Outback. John Merritt has done the specs for it already, and Matt Clausen and Dave, guys at Public Works, are building it for us. So it's great. That's worked out. And actually, the neighbors on Hawthorne, we gave them the old arbor, so they're really nice. They're new members, Larry and Linda.
Talking about the people living in the house next door.
So it'll be on Hawthorne, that's the official trailhead. Cool.
Yep,
So
Nice.
from Hawthorne down to,
Hawthorne all the way to
all
the
the
rec
way to
center.
Rec, okay.
Yeah, and I mean it's a really
Okay,
great
well, we
underused
built that
trail.
bridge down there. Is the bridge still in good shape down at the end?
So
If it's not, talk to
Where
Roy
the
about it.
rhododendrons
I
are.
know the
Oh,
bridge
that
that we're
thing-
talking about.
I still feel that one.
Again, I say everything kind of worked out perfect. From TDA grant money that we had, we've used it to buy the new signs for the Emerald Outback, and then we also used some TDA money to, oh gosh, what, I can't remember. It was more trail stuff. We had just enough left over. Sean's already priced it out to replace that bridge because the final bridge is getting pretty bad. So that's
been a
another
while.
project.
That-
We're gonna pull that
We
out.
did it with,
10
So there'll be two bridges.
Use telephone poles.
Yeah, telephone poles.
It's a big one.
I've still got pictures of that where,
And that
We
water
walked those
table's
poles.
come up there too, so it's kind of pushed. And we had a couple back-to-back hurricanes that came off,
Worked
right
out.
above it that pushed
Yeah.
it out
Yeah.
too, so
Yeah.
we've had a lot of water down there to do that.
Yeah, the bridge is still standing. It's there. It's just very narrow, but it is going to be replaced. And then there's a bridge right before that they replaced last summer.
okay.
So after that trail will be just a kind of check mark and good to go. I mean, they cleaned it. They smoothed a lot of stuff last year that we had some bad water erosion.
Yeah,
So now
that's a
if we
pretty
fix
area
that
through
other
there,
spot
too.
up, it'll be really good. And actually, that family I was talking about, the Byrne family, they've already signed up to do that trail as their adopted trail. This is great. It's in their backyard.
Good
So,
job.
so that's been really neat. And then the next one is the Kiwanis One Day. That's on April 27th. I've got a couple flyers I was going to give Fred just to put at your counter.
yeah, we got one somewhere, but I need some more. The one I have has the margin cut off, so I need a good one.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a few of them. So if you want to sign up or know anybody who wants to, give us a call at the rec center, sign up. That morning we're going to it's check-in at 8 o'clock, and it's basically to reroute.
Tim, are you the one responsible for working on this?
For Kiwanis One Day?
Yeah,
I helped, but we had a lot of help. I had Jeff Davis, Sean.
okay, no, that's great, yeah.
And
Thank you.
Sean's gonna be the point man to y'all. Unfortunately, I cannot be there that day. but
Okay, thanks for helping out
Let
with
me
that.
ask you a question. I mentioned to Brian yesterday about this, and of course, we're not open on April 27th, the club, but how about getting the resort involved with some of their stuff, let Beach Mountain Club do Lake Ledge and, you know, like the golf course, let my staff do St.
Talking
Andrews,
about
Pine
cleanup.
Ridge, yeah, cleanup,
Okay, now this is just
you know.
Bark Park.
Oh, it's just Bark Park, I didn't know if we were gonna do like a
That's
town.
That's a different
Cleanup
thing.
is that Sunday, the 28th.
Okay,
Cleanup.
because I mean, I'd like to volunteer
That's good.
to handle like Beach Mountain Club stuff, and we might do it on a Friday.
Okay,
If I
let's,
can get some bags, I'll just go ahead and,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll dispose of them, we'll just take our.
maybe we can
vehicles.
talk about that in a minute, the whole big picture.
We can go down by the
thing.
fire department, you know, we can
Yeah.
handle all that, you know, I was checking it out yesterday.
Okay.
I just think that'd be something we could
That's
just
great.
knock it out and.
Okay, well, let's finish talking about the Bark Park deal up there. It's gonna be from 8 to,
8 until, probably about, I guess, 12.
Well, we're hoping, we're telling about 8 to 3, we're gonna provide lunch, so if it goes a little bit past, if we're not done by 12, we're hoping we have enough people that we
Yeah.
might be done, but we don't know.
And we're going to do some prep work. We're going to drill holes. Sean's going to go ahead and take the fence down. So, and we will be sending out notices. The park is going to be shut down on the 22nd, that Monday, through this back up. So that's just the large dog. The still dogs can go to the smaller lot and play there. So it's just the large area that we're going to close down.
okay, Tim, I'll be glad to help provide some food or something or other.
Okay.
Even if I don't know what your idea is.
Well, we had talked to Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, okay.
If we have both of you, that would help out.
No, that's fine. I didn't know whether you wanted to have a grill and cook hot dogs for them or whatever.
Well, if we have somebody to cook, yes, but we are already maxed out staff-wise, so if you know somebody who can provide the grill and cook, do both.
Jeff, would you be willing to help us cook some hot dogs up there?
Nothing. I guess not.
Yes, I can do that.
No, we were just talking about on the 27th, on a Saturday. You think you and I could get together and
Sure.
do that? Okay, we got 2 people that can help do that, if you want it. It's up to you,
No, I think.
whatever,
Because I
if
was
you
wondering
wanted
about,
to do it.
you know, having enough for everybody, so if we have 2 sources, I think.
Well, we can actually look and see how many are up there and kind of move it, figure out and gauge whatever.
How many volunteers do you have so far?
So well, I can tell the staff we've got 6 to 8 of us staff-wise that will be there, and then Tim was saying we've got through Kiwanis we're hoping 30 to 50.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
right.
no.
They're signing up on Facebook and stuff, so we don't have a firm Facebook.
Okay, so, but when it was advertised through the town, like I just told somebody, I guess I sent it that, but did I talk to you guys? You know, that I was gonna volunteer, has anybody else from the town volunteered?
Most of them don't know about it yet, Renee.
Yeah, I didn't
No,
know
it
about
was
it.
out.
We've put it out, but
It was
no.
on Facebook.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I haven't had anything on my counter or given out any little flyers yet, so the 27th will be upon us before we know it, but we can all talk it up.
Well, then also Anna Carty, because she's really big in pets and everything, she's got some kind of network, you know, where they do the barks and brews, and she's told her circle of people
That's
about
good.
that coming up there too. So, you know, we may be inundated with more people than we actually think.
But I'll go home.
Not until you get your pizza and hot dog.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want. Bring veggie dogs.
Well, with volunteers, you always have, you know, just like other areas, you have people who work and people who observe and enjoy, so
Exactly.
there'll be some there in fellowship. So.
Okay,
Yep.
Sean, it's real important to have a list and figure out exactly what you want to do up there. Because if we're gonna have as many volunteers as you're talking about, we need to give them scissors and clip each blade of grass or something. I mean, we gotta have something for them to do. And so, and I know you have projects and you have the things, but, you know, there are things up there that we can really, really think about, whether it's making sure the shelter over the picnic table is clean, and I don't know, just, you can look at it, you know better than anybody, but I'm just saying, please have enough things for people to do, and, you know, you might even have a blackboard up there with everything listed on it, and
Yeah.
check it up and say, who wants to do this?
We're going
or
to do
whatever.
basically volunteer leads.
Yeah.
So we'll have somebody for kind of the construction, destruction,
Yeah.
and then so projects. I can
You
tell
thought it out,
will
it
be,
sounds good, yeah.
Replacing the fence, so putting posts back in and then actually getting the fence going. Then we'll have wire that will, you know, actually like it is right now. Then some people are going to be taking the posts. So right now, Sean's going to do the prep work by actually taking out the fence, cutting the wires off, but we're not gonna actually take it out. We're just gonna get it out of the ground. And then we'll have a crew that can actually help us take it out of there.
Okay, you do a new fence across the front too?
Yes.
Okay, and
so
then
we're
around the
hard
back
road.
side, the big dog area,
Yes.
that's where you're changing it, right?
Correct. And then when we do that fence, so since we've been working on the pavers, there's a lot of sand out in the front. So that would be a spot we can dump some more dirt and resow the grass, just kind of get that cleaned up. So
Okay.
that would be a whole extra project that was on top of what was originally planned. But also good news on the pavers, they're done. So the pavers are done, the gates are back up, and it actually looks really good. If you have time, run up there and take a look at it.
You know, another
They
thing we
finished it
need to
up
think
yesterday.
about, those trees that were initially planted out there to kind of block the view of the Bill Elder's storage area, they're looking awful rough.
Yeah, a lot of the trees are looking pretty
The
good.
wind gets them
Yeah.
bad up there, it's a
I
windy
was
area.
actually going to ask you, a couple council meetings ago, you mentioned some trees.
I don't mind, I don't know
That
how
might
we
be
go.
a great spot. There was a guy in the bar park yesterday when we went up to inspect the job, and I was telling him, hey, just so you know, the park is going to be shut down in a couple weeks for this construction. And I told him what we were doing, and he said, great, you're taking all of our shade away. I said, well, we're having to do this, but he's like, that's what everybody's going to complain to you about. I'm just letting you know. So you're taking my shade away because where the trees are, that's what is basically going to be removed. So the fence line's going out more towards.
Let me ask you about
The
that.
trees would be.
How soon is something gonna be built that you need to do it right now instead of later?
Well, we're trying to get it now because if we don't prep for it, then when we start grading off the public work, so I mean,
Well, how long, when is that gonna be?
I don't have a definite date, but I don't want to put this off because
No, but I mean, if it's gonna be a year from now, you know, there's no need to
we have a.
change that right now.
We've got help this year, we've already kind of lined it up, and I mean, this has been
Okay.
planned out for months as far as like what we needed to do. Now, there's other things we can do for grants and try to get, you know, the Dermatological Society to get grant for shade areas. So I mean, we can try to do that afterwards. We do have two bigger shelves out there, but we don't have shade.
And there is still shade.
Yeah.
So I think when he sees
Yeah.
where the fence line is, it's
Well,
not
we
gonna be
realize
as
we don't
bad.
have to jump at everything
Because we're not,
everybody says, but we
yeah,
like
and
to
we're not cutting the
accommodate
trees
folks.
down. So the trees are still there, it's just
Yeah.
moving the fence, so there still will be
And
shade.
go around the backside, on the other side of the fence and be shaded.
Yeah.
They won't be with their dog, but whatever. Okay.
It's coming in the morning.
And, you know, this could be in the future a fundraiser idea.
Let me ask
Get
you,
money for it.
would you consider, or is it not possible, could we put a gate on that backside so they could go out into the shade if they wanted to, but they'd be outside the area?
We
Or you wanna
could,
keep
there is
everybody
actually a
inside?
gate over there now, that's how we access it.
You wanna keep everybody
That's the
inside?
maintenance gate, or,
Yeah, it's the maintenance gate.
Well, I mean, it's still a gate, yeah.
I don't
One
know.
over there, yeah.
I'm just saying, think about it.
Like I said, we're saying the tree line's running this way, the fence is just kind of come out to the side. So there
Maybe,
still will
maybe
be
it's a
shade.
non-issue.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
that's
But,
fine.
yeah, gate wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean,
Yeah, we do need a maintenance gate.
Yeah, so, a lot of that needs to
Then
do
you
with
kinda
shade.
handle-
Yeah,
Comments and stuff, yeah.
that way you can tell him, you know,
Yeah, that's a good.
as long as you can unlatch the gate, you're taken care of. Okay,
Well, you know, talking about complaints, Fred, you also have the folks that, I saw some last year, you know, there's a certain group that gets there for a certain while, takes the shade, and then nobody else can have it. because they're not- So I mean, you're gonna have complaints either way, but I couldn't get to the shade part because somebody else is sitting there.
right.
Yeah.
Are we ever considering expansion of the parking up there? That's something I observe right frequently, that there isn't enough room, and I realize, I don't know, have y'all put that into your thoughts any?
I mean, I couldn't say much. I would, if it was, if we had the money to do it, I would definitely say let's look into it. and
But
maybe
nobody's
next
complaining to you
year.
about it?
No, I've never had a
Okay.
complaint of lack of parking.
Okay.
Actually, we had a guy, he was elderly, but he was driving his car through the arbor right up to the gate.
Okay, well, my other thought would be, you think we should line off parking places up
Next
there?
time, when we do some lining. we'll
Okay,
work
I
on
think
it.
that would help out
So-
because it,
In our budget, or this coming year's budget, that was in proposed, so when they did the lining and
well,
sealing.
you know, people are gonna drive anywhere. We had somebody with a big boat put in down there, Lake Coffee the other day. And I went down to see, they didn't really mess up any any of the grass or anything. I don't know.
That was a small John boat, it was not a bass boat, somebody reported it as a bass boat down there.
It did it have a motor on it or not?
I can't remember what Tim Barnett said, he said it was a small boat.
Yeah.
It was like on a little trailer, so it was a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Well, we did catch, oh gosh, what was it, a week ago? Last week? We had some guys out on Buckeye in their canoes too, so we had to get that one. So we made sure there is a sign saying you cannot do that. They just went right around it. Lake Coffee, however, I don't think there is. So
There
there's
ain't
something
sign
that we
down
are
there,
going to
no.
put out.
I went and looked
to have
after that happened, and I didn't see anything that made me think that, but you just, people will do anything, so. Okay, any other discussion about the one-day event on the 27th with the dog park?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, Tim, the building up there that belongs to, is it Skyline Telephone?
Yes, that little shack.
Yeah, we need to call them and tell them they need to, number one, paint the building,
Clean it up.
and number two, they need to plant some more shrubbery around it to whatever. Now, I don't know who the Skyline person is, but the building is in bad need of paint.
Edward Henson is the main gentleman I used to talk to.
Well, they can bring some paint, maybe
They
the
got maintenance
guys
people
can
to
paint
do
it
that.
on the 27th. No, I was just thinking it, when I look at it, it
Trying to hide
does.
it.
Yeah,
Sean, you make a note of that too?
Yes.
and I don't know
That's one of
whether
the
there's a
hard
way to plant a few more non-deer eating shrubs up
Basically,
there.
that stick to green stuff.
But, the ones that are up there are kind of over the hill and around, and I don't know what, other than
You're talking
Barberry.
about the building that's at the
Yeah,
park, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and around.
I've got a
where-
good list I've been real successful with
Okay.
at work.
Okay, as far as trees I got,
The plants,
we
yeah,
gotta
like
figure out who can
plants,
dig
so
those.
It's doable.
so, anyhow. Okay, let's go on to miscellaneous speak out.
I've got one thing.
Okay, excuse me, go ahead.
Well, no, this will be in that. Susie Nepke came down the other day, and Susie's been putting out all the iron or the metal, facades in the front. She brought this one you can't even see, but she asked me if I would present it to you guys about doing something down by the lake, and
Where does she propose to put this?
we were actually talking about, I think, kind of near the corner of turn into Buckeye Lake, kind of where the water plant is, off to the side. So it was years ago kind of talked about doing something at the rec center, but nothing had been done yet. And we were thinking, no, something kind of nice would be maybe water related. We've got sports and some other nature things, but we don't have anything with canoes. So this is kind of an idea that she came up with, having a deer and a bear, if everybody can see, in a canoe. So I told her I would kind of bring it up to you guys and see if there's anything else. She can do whatever.
We'll let her and
want.
Tim figure that one out.
Well, I will say that on there, there's been some discussion about this, and, we have not funded any metal structures in this year's budget. Now, Susan may not agree with that, but I've had some comments that we have enough metal structures for a while. So, I don't know how everyone else feels on that, but right now, there's no money in the town's budget for metal structures for Susan. They like everything she's doing, but it's just like maybe slow down a little bit on adding additional metal.
Okay, anyhow, we'll let y'all work it out.
Yeah.
Well,
And like
I don't mind, that looks all right, that's fine, whatever, but anyhow, we'll pass it on to you guys.
Yeah, and of course funding is the big one, so I'll let
Yeah, no funding.
I'll
We
kind
can
of
fund
talk
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was all I.
okay, Rory.
Tim, this might be a question. The greenway status?
The side path project?
Yeah,
the street
yeah,
fix,
just-
it has been bid out now, the town approved the bid, it came in over what we had, so DOT has given us an additional $66,000. The TDA had always pledged 50, so we got 50, so now we can do the first phase,
Oh, nice.
452 feet. Edgar's won the bid, we had Ball and Melton is doing coordination on that. I think there's some kind of paperwork that just came back like Tuesday this week, so I don't have the exact date of when they're gonna break ground yet, but I'm assuming probably in the next 30 days, they'll break ground on that.
Okay, well, tell us the
where is
exact
it going?
spot that it's gonna be done,
The
the
exact
400.
spot starts from, Public Works, and then goes down to, is it Christie Way? That's the 452
Okay,
feet.
oh, nice.
Yeah. And there's, along that route, there's 7 of those lights, you know, with the wooden tops and the rock bottoms and everything, so decorative, so it's gonna be decorative across that.
Okay, if you gotta go across, what's his name's land up there adjacent to the,
You crossed the road, didn't you? Or
They
did
did
it?
cross the road, but we're not going to Fred Bart's yet. There's
are you crossing, you are crossing the road there?
You go down the left side,
Okay,
like we,
yeah,
the
yeah.
original.
That's what, okay, I didn't know exactly where you were gonna cross over.
and I think, you know, to make this project successful, eventually we'll probably have to have things on the right of way, and we'll probably have to have some paths off the right of way to get it there. I think the goal is to get it to the overlook.
Yeah,
But even the other 1,300 feet doesn't quite get it to the overlook, so there's going to have to be some kind of a hodgepodge of right-of-way, private ways to get it to the overlook, because once you get down closer to that, I mean.
It tightens up,
It
yeah.
tightens up.
Yeah, really.
It's very
That last house on the corner.
prohibitive to do any kind of work, so you have to come off the backside.
Good job,
And
that's great.
one thing, it depends on the cost, you know, the town bought that portion of land in front of your place. We may be able to come back and continue that path with the lighted rock there, but we have to add like 3 new lights, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, yeah,
We can
absolutely.
incorporate that too.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Good job. That'll be exciting for the summer.
Okay, you know, I know it's always important with the DOT that when you cross the road, it's in a proper place. I hope they'll let you put something down or whatever for,
Probably just be painted crosswalks. I don't
yeah,
know.
no, that's fine. I mean, but I'm just saying, you know, like they won't let us put anything painted down up here for the sledding deal, but.
Is Edgar County paving the parkway?
Right, right.
2020, okay, because normally it's Watauga, and then they kind of do it this, you know. it was
Last time
two-
they
Yeah, it was a mess, yeah. Moret's guys told me about the issue, yeah.
Okay, so anything else, Tim, on that? You hope to start soon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And, you know, I can look out the front of my store, and that section across from the store gets a lot of use. People go down and turn around and come back, and they use strollers and whatever else. It's pretty,
You'll tell.
Yep.
tell me.
I was going to bust in. So the land that the town just purchased across from your store, actually we were looking at, so that's going to be a public safety building here in years down the road. But in the meantime, I've had a trail builder come out. It's Mike Thomas again. I've had him come out to actually look at doing kind of a nature trail, but one of this would be kind of an ADA specific trail. So it's kind of, it's going to follow in line with the vision of providing more recreation at the top of the mountain. So we've
more
talked about
walking
doing
space. That's
a
great.
playground at, you know, by the Bart Park in a couple years.
Yeah.
And then this would be, so one of the things that, you know, kind of notice is obviously with the I guess more senior citizen base. I know, I was trying to be sensitive. But our biggest thing is that people ask for hiking trails, ask for ways to get out in the woods. Our trails are difficult. They can't really do this. So, I mean, I'm already envisioning, you know, grandma and grandpa that are with their kid on a tricycle or something going through the woods. So it'll be a trail that's in the woods, but obviously it's right there in the town. So obviously close to businesses, that'd be a great addition. There's asphalt trail going into it. And then so right now we're just looking at it and trying to get a cost estimate. So I haven't heard back from Mike yet, but he came out, we walked it. I showed him all the land and it actually is very suitable for it.
Well, that's
It's
a
not
neat
steep in there.
piece of land in
It is,
there.
neat.
Yeah.
It's good looking.
There's some wildflowers that bloom in there and all kinds of tree
Yeah.
species and.
So he basically said, you know, I think this is going to be very easily doable to cut the trail, and then basically we'd be putting gravel back down, and then use crushed gravel and compact it, so that way it would meet
That's nice, good
all
job.
those standards. So we're looking into that, and as we progress, we'll let you know more.
Good job.
Okay.
And your in-call mud stuff's looking good. I rode the trail first of the week.
Yeah.
and-
Did you hit any
I
else?
mean, it looks like it belongs there. It doesn't, I mean, it's
Doesn't
there,
take
but
away
it
from it.
doesn't take away. The trail is in
Yeah.
great shape. Good, that's real exciting. I hope that
Yeah.
event turns out good.
Yeah, Kate's getting really
Yeah,
excited.
it looks really good. Yeah.
Sean, you know, you talk about putting gravel on it. I don't know whether you've ever been on or seen the Tweetsie Trail in Johnson City that goes to Elizabeth, but it's not paved, it's some kind of
Yes, it's
gravel
crushed
surface.
gravel.
Yeah.
It's very fine.
And it is
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what we're talking about.
What's it called, Riley?
Yeah.
Screens or?
Screens.
Screens, yeah, that stuff packs like
Yeah.
a.
but then it's
Yeah.
packed down, they
Yeah.
put a roller
Yeah.
on it, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's really,
What's the width of ADA trails? Is there a certain
You can actually
4 feet?
You can make it, there's no guideline on that, it's
Yeah.
more of the percentage of the grade. But I did ask Mike, I said, let's look to about 4 to 5 foot, just so that you could have.
Good idea.
Passing traffic.
Okay, so I was always wondering what it was.
And then actually when we were talking about this, I was talking to Marissa about it, and she has some cool ideas of actually making maybe, kind of what was it, educational nature trail, you had a better.
Like an interactive interpretation.
Yes.
Yeah, there you
I mean,
go.
there's one,
That's
where was
good.
it, Lake
Great.
Hickey?
Lake James
Lake
State
James.
Park has one.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
that's like very high scale, like they got a couple grants to get it done, but they won awards for their trails.
Oh,
Very
nice.
Hands-on interactive, and it talks about wildlife around, but it's also like the kids can hit things and build things and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
On the sides of
That's
the
cool.
trails.
So I'm gonna use her for that.
Yeah, really. Good job.
Yeah.
okay, that's great to know about. I don't know where, do you have money for that?
No, and right
You
now,
gotta
this
work
is,
on it.
we're planning, because I mean, we
okay.
don't even know
I
what
didn't
this
think you
costs,
had.
but.
Mike's
we wanna
gonna
do
start
something.
soon up there?
He is to be done before the end of May, and I have checked base with him. He knows it. He's ready to go. He just, as soon as he is coming up, he's going to let me know, so that way we can let everybody know that that little section of trail is done.
It's drying out good right now, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing, a
So
friend
we're
of
talking
mine.
about
EMO, the Oz
Yeah,
Trail,
make sure-
he's gonna renovate, or,
Yeah.
we haven't had anything done there
No,
in
that's
10
right.
years yet, so it's gonna be.
I mean, we've had a lot of, I'll just say complaints, but it's very tough to do. So this past weekend, I got a buddy, he asked me to go out and ride with him. I didn't make it. I asked him, what'd you think of the trails? How were they? He said, everything was great. Man, that Oz Forest really needs some work. And I said, well, hold on. And I told him what's
But
going
it
to
gets
happen.
used the most,
And
I
he was
mean,
like-
it's, yeah.
So
it's-
it was something that everybody is acknowledging, like, it does need work. And so I think this is going to hit and make a lot of people very happy. 'Cause
Yeah.
you trip even when you're looking at the roots. It's just that rooty.
Okay.
And then the drainage.
It'll
also.
be good.
Rory, you got anything
Yes,
else?
sir, no, it looks great.
Okay, Ms. Gloria.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Jeff, do you have anything else you'd like to add to?
No, but I'll be back Saturday.
Okay, and Barbara?
And Willie.
I'm fine. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Everything.
Willie?
And Willie, the only thing I wanted to add is, Marissa has done a great job gathering hike leaders, and we will have our training 3 nights in May, and we're really looking forward to providing that service to the visitors on Beach Mountain. So,
Sounds good.
didn't know, yeah.
Is that a volunteer trail guide program?
It is, yes. Marissa, how many people you have signed up? It's
10?
9, 10? Yeah.
9 or 10.
And so we've got shirts ready to go on order with the logo and everything,
Yeah.
so it'll be neat.
That's nice.
Marissa's made like cards for them to have, and
Oh, that's cool.
we'll have an actual like kind of like a practice teach where they'll go out with Sean and do one of the hikes. And I think I don't know. She's made it really neat. So I think it's going to be a really cool program, and I think Renee signed up for it.
I did.
Yep.
One thing, where can we get some in cold mud, like little 8.5 by 11 stuff? I'll be glad to go around and.
Okay.
Post.
I'm always bad about
He's
stopping
good.
and looking
We've
at
got
them. I mean, I was gonna put
I've got
one
some,
in the
like,
bike
real-
shops
that we
and
actually
foot
had
slogger. I noticed, I just was downtown in Boone the other day and thought
Yeah.
I saw some locations.
Yeah,
I say King
we
Street
got
has a really weird rule. A lot of
Well,
businesses.
this was in foot sloggers, and this
Okay.
was in the bike shops.
Yeah,
You know,
I know
Inside there,
Michael let us.
Yeah,
Foot
just
Soldiers
I know,
probably will, but
you know.
the business on King Street, they have a thing against it. I think
Really?
there's one business outlet. Yeah, it's a coating deal.
Can't put,
I mean, how about like Mass Store in Valley Creek, you know, do they have a,
Valley Cruises might.
trying to think, I don't know what they, I mean, I was just trying to get, now's the time people are getting outside.
get something to
now.
him and let him do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
And we
And
can
then
just go around and put
We'll
some
do our
stuff
radio
out.
out here in the next.
Lee's
week.
McRae, gymnasium,
Okay,
you know, stuff
one
like
thing,
that.
I was thinking about Marissa, you know, We talked one time about that deal where we used to have our height from the rec center to the top of the mountain here.
Yeah.
Have we thought any more about that?
Kate thinks about it, I think, daily. she talks about it a lot and trying to revamp it and do some different things with it. So I'm kind of letting Kate run with it.
Okay, they had a shirt for that too.
Yeah.
Well, with the new trail work, it'd be perfect time to
Yeah.
reinvent that again.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's keep it in.
Yeah, it's
thought
definitely in
anyhow.
there. Yeah. So I think a few new things. I went to a conference last week. It's called Plan for Health, North Carolina, and kind of talking about different. And actually, that was something that was brought up. People were talking about in their towns doing different things. Really, there was about 3 or 4 park and rec directors there, but everybody else were actually town planners or health planners. So it was really neat to kind of hear their stuff and things they had done. And so I was just jotting notes down, and some of them I think we might be able to do some of this on beach, and some of them were actually kind of shut down. It'd be similar to like a street dance, but kind of shut down the business district, but have it as it's not a workout session. It was more of a mingle, but go to restaurants and see their healthy options and just kind of get the community thinking of. And then there were incentives to do these healthy eats. So I think it was some pretty neat stuff. So I was going to kind of pass it on to Kate and see what her and Jared want to do with it. I'm pushing Jared hopefully to do a lot more of taking over that fitness side, because Kate, I've got her doing other things, so he needs to be in that. So but we're going to do some planning and see what happens. Fit Club is still around there, but we haven't ever really gotten it off the ground. Not many people want to sign up for it either. So
They had a Zumbathon over in the parking lot over here
Yeah.
years ago.
Zumbathon.
And
Kate wants to do that too, I know.
Yeah, and that was fun. Some people, I think some people came up from the Y, and they had I know it was Nancy, and I'm trying to think who else were the instructors then. But anyway, there were 4 or 5 instructors, and it lasted 3 or 4 hours. And so they each did a segment, and that might be kind of fun, because people drive by,
Yeah.
and see it.
Okay, as far as things I have, the 3 of us met in regard to the deal, talking with the elders, and we got out a map. We got started looking at the property, and we talked, and we're at the point now that we're trying to line up all of our exact things before we go to Bill Elder to talk to him about it. And we realize, it may be a couple of years away and so forth, but we want to put the thought into his head right now. And but Bill's the kind of guy that it's important to have your details covered when you go to him, so that we can be specific about what we're asking for or wanting. So we're going to meet again, and maybe the 3 of us can do it again this real soon.
Okay.
And then we'll head off and take care of Bill as soon as we get it all down, and we'll write down, and maybe we can even type out something and have it down what we are the proposal will be. But anyhow, that's still at the forefront of our minds as far as meeting with Bill and trying to get that done. Okay, anybody in the audience have anything? Yes, sir.
I thought of something when Rory was talking about getting, signs or something out about the mud run. Have you thought of maybe touching with the elementary school, middle schools? To let them know, because if you get the kids excited, they'll drag the parents in.
Yeah, we have to kind of watch how we go to the schools.
Yeah.
We have to kind of find, Jenna Greer would be a good way to do it. We can't just go into the schools and pass out.
No, I understand.
We got to kind of watch that. The best thing is just getting out into the community areas and centers, and we are doing radio ads.
So you've looked at it, I didn't know if we'd even call it.
And actually Jason Brown is a good way to do it, because he can get in with the resource officer. And so we've talked to him about doing that for a national night out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, school's not in session yet, so that.
Yeah.
But this event, the school's
Yeah,
still in.
schools are
Yeah,
at
still
June
in.
10th.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
I'll
that's a
talk
good
to
idea,
Jason.
Wendell.
He was probably
Especially
our
a
better
family event where you can team up like
Exactly.
that. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we're kind of ahead of schedule almost. We appreciate all of you folks checking in with us from wherever you may be located at this time. Willie, Barbara, and Jeff. And if there's.
Goodbye from South Carolina.
Okay. Thanks a lot for being
All right,
with
bye.
us today and made it all possible. And anybody
Vote to
else?
adjourn.
Okay, if not, do I hear a motion that the meeting be adjourned?
I make a motion.
Vote to adjourn.
Okay, second. Thank you. We'll see you next month and keep in touch.
Bye.
See ya. Bye, Willie.